So, the title's a bit harsh for this video, but there are definitely some tools that I can't deal with it witchy-wise. Like, I feel like when you start, especially if you go onto the path and you're like into Wicca immediately, you're like, yes, all of the things, I need to buy all the things and use them all. And there are definitely some where like I've tried them, and there's others where I'm like, I have no need to do any of these. So onto the witchy tools that I literally just, no thank you. So, number 1, wand. This is something I actually like built. I went out and I found twigs in the middle of the desert and I attempted to build something that was pretty cool, and I was just like, no, nothing. Like, I couldn't get a proper vibe from it, and I was like, well, maybe I'm using the wrong wood or something. Maybe I just need to like decorate it more, add a crystal to it, wrap up with twine. So I tried that, and I tried working with it for like a good month, and I just, no. And then there's like a witchy shop I went to where I like tried to like pick up like custom made wands and stuff like that, and still it was just nope, just no. My hands just feel like there's enough power coming out of them. Like, I don't, that's one thing that I'm like, no. Second witchy tool I cannot stand. That is ceremonial knives, swords, all that. No thank you at all. I get at a regular basis, I have a paring knife that's somewhere in here. They're literally used in my actual kitchen too, and that's what I use to cut things, because, yeah, no, I don't do a lot of like ceremonial like cutting of like cords, or like a cord cutting ceremony that hasn't been pulled into my magic yet, and I feel no need to do it. I don't feel any need to vibe well with that type of thing. It just feels very, like, even directing, like, casting a circle with it, I tried that once with, like, a knife that was not too ornate or like an actual, like, designated athame. It was something that was a little prettier, though, something I wouldn't consider, like, an everyday tool that I use, and I just, no, I got nothing. Nope. Third witchy thing I never use. 3. Chalice. No. Like, I don't know, I have like all these different cups that I do elixirs a lot, and by elixir I basically mean like I put either like a stone and charge it up with a crystal and some water, or I definitely like to gather flowers from my garden that I have here, or different herbs, and just have them seep in the water, and then I will either use it by pouring it into a bath as a very like ritualistic cleansing, or grounding, binding, something like that. I definitely have done that quite a bit, but I don't have like a designated like cup or chalice specifically for it. And I definitely don't, like, I'll just bring whatever cup I'm drinking stuff out of to my altar. I don't really feel like there's like a designated thing for it, especially because like the chalice, I know in a lot of ways can be representative of the womb and of creation, and I guess in some sorts from the goddess. And for me, that all comes from my cauldron. I don't really feel the need to have any sort of cup in any way, shape, or form. That's just, nope, not my thing. No chalices for me. The next thing that I do not use at all, which you probably have seen from my witchy fails at some point, I might have to do another round of those because there have been quite a few more fails since the last video, but is a witchy garden. I do not have a garden. One, because I live in the desert, and I tried to grow like a tiny little herb garden because I could harvest my own herbs and things like that, because I don't know, I felt like it was more of like, if I grow it, it comes from me, it's important. And I really wanted to do that because I do use herbs a lot in my craft. Like, that is a thing I use all of the time. So I was kind of like all about it. And I just, like, no. I couldn't keep it going. It felt like such a hassle, and I felt so guilty for the poor plants, and they were dying, and I can't keep them alive. I can't do it. And I felt a lot of guilt for a while for having to buy certain herbs or getting herbs from boxes or different things like that. But quite honestly, I'm like, no. Like, there's a couple of flowers that are like big, gigantic bushes in my parents' garden, and I help to take care of those and water those, but they're like plants. It's not like a teeny tiny little herb with like this and this and this and this. Like, it's a full like on rose bushes, or there's a huge jasmine like bush thing that is there. Like, all of those I have no problem with. Like, I'll do that all day in and out because it's just taking care of something that's pretty much there. It's got an automatic watering system. But keeping a very specific witchy herb garden for smaller plants and stuff, no, it's just not my thing. I can buy the herbs and I'm fine with that. That's good enough. Final witchy tool that I do not like to use at all this thing. I got this lovely bundle of sage in a witchy box quite a bit ago. I can't remember if it came in, what type of box it came in. But as you can see, I've used it a bit. And I'm sorry, but anyone who knows, if you burn sage, it smells a little bit too much like weed. And while I don't necessarily mind that smell at all, and like I let my family know, like, it's sage. I'm not, like, lighting up in the bedroom. Like, it's fine. And even they don't really give a crap about weed or anything else like that. This specifically is just, it's not my vibe. A lot of the people use sage to cleanse stuff, and I just, like, every once in a while, I feel like this is the extra oomph. I'm like, this really needs some, like, to get out. Like, out. Everything out. Make it a clean slate type of deal. That's when I'll use it, but mostly it just sits on the altar for just in cases, because I don't like the smell. And I feel like there's other incenses that I can use that do pretty much the same thing, or even just banishing things with my voice a lot seems to be a lot better. Like, I say get the fuck out, things get the fuck out. I don't really have to deal with any sort of other cleansing thing. So yeah, sage is kind of like, I tried it and I just, no. Anyway, those are some of the witchy tools and things I just do not use or like at all in my craft. Comment down below some of the things that you just cannot stand that everyone else seems to love, or you're just like, do I really need to use this? Because I just don't feel like it. I make new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!